All right, let's talk about those gear bag and team essentials. My name's Greg, you're watching How to Play Paintball. So I wanted to talk about some different tips of things that as a team, everyone should have in their gear bag. And the last thing is actually something that doesn't even go in your gear bag, but will absolutely help you guys out at the event. First things first is just a poncho. So this one that I have is one actually my mother-in-law gave me. So I just keep this in my gear bag, and then that way, whenever it rains, which in paintball is pretty often at tournaments, it seems like it always rains, you have something that you're gonna be able to throw on, and it'll keep you nice and dry. So again, whether it be a more expensive one or just kind of like the really cheapo ones that are basically like just a plastic bag, just something that's gonna help with keeping you dry at those wet events. So the other thing is kind of a twofer. One is sunscreen, and I like to actually have bug spray in my gear bag. Reason for this, so a lot of times at paintball, you're covered up for the most part, but you still have your neck showing. You still have times that you're out in the sun walking around. So you just don't want it to be that you're walking around, you get a sunburn. Let's face it, it's gonna hurt more if you get shot in your sunburn. It's also just good in general to take care of your skin. As for the bug spray, maybe it's just a Florida thing, but sometimes wherever the fields are, if there's kind of just like boggy areas or just areas that have a lot of mosquitoes or whatever, it helps just to have this in your gear bag. So that way, if someone needs to borrow it, just like the same thing with the sunscreen, they can go ahead and spray some. They're gonna be good to go. And you guys don't have to worry about being eaten alive by the mosquitoes or ending up completely sunburned. That way, if a couple people have these in their gear bags, it's gonna help out the whole team. Next thing is one that you should just have in general, but that's batteries. And what I like to do is actually I had gone and bought this off of Amazon. This one is just a little pouch that holds 4 9 volts. And then this one is a AA one. So this way I don't have to worry about any of them getting lost or loose in my gear bag. It's gonna keep them nice and contained. But also this one holds what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, I think. Anywhere from like 12 to 14 or so AA's. So that way, if let's say one of my teammates needs a couple of AA's, I have something ready. A lot of times, one of the first issues if you have a gun issue or a loader issue is change the batteries. That can be something that is really, really simple. A lot of times now, a lot of the companies are moving to just having AA's. So even just having a pack of AA's rather than keeping it in the cardboard thing, going and buying something like this, or even like the larger ones, they have some crazy ones too that I think you can like put AA's and it's like a whole big pouch thing. So that way they're nice and protected. I don't think you have to do that. I just have this little cheapo one. Again, just got it off Amazon. But yeah, having extra batteries at the ready and also a nice little carry case is absolutely worth the money. It's gonna help your team as well as help you out. So the last thing that's gonna be really helpful for having in your gear bag, and a couple people having these, is fresh microfibers. So Ruthless, actually, you can get your own custom ones from them, but they have some just kind of like crazy designs if you want to just have that. But having it where you have fresh microfibers is super, super helpful for obviously for your lenses. For me at practice, because I have usually a camera as well, microfibers just work the best to really clean off all of the streakiness from your lens and from your camera lenses, all of that. So making sure that you have whether it be like a fresh pack ready to go, or if you just buy a couple and then just make sure that they're nice and clean, even like might be good for me to actually keep it in this bag, just so that way it doesn't get, gunked up in my gear bag or whatever. But that way you can help out your team, because if someone's supposed to be watching your wire and they can't see, it's not exactly a good thing. So if they can't see where they're shooting, then they can't protect you and then you get run down. Yeah, just have a couple in your gear bag and everyone should just be ready with some, so that way they can help each other out. And the last thing is something that's gonna help you out as a team, but actually isn't even like you need to buy it. And that goes to your jersey design and just gear design in general, as well as the stickers you're putting on your gear. If you have a sticker on your loader, and it looks similar to a hit, you're gonna get checked a bunch. You might even get called out, might even get a penalty. So it's better just to not have something on there, or to have it where, you know, it's a blue, or, you know, something completely different color than the fill of the paint that's being used, which most of the time is gonna be yellow anyway. And that goes for your gear as well. There was a couple people that, you know, they'll go and they'll have these designs where there's like a little bit of yellow or bits of orange, and you just want to be really careful with that, because you're going to end up in that same issue with the stickers, because refs are going to see you run by, see something on like your leg or on your arm, and think that it might be a hit. So you really want to limit the amount of yellow and orange and just that like neon lime green, those kinds of colors, because you just don't want it to be that you're putting yourself in a bad situation where you're getting checked a bunch, or you end up getting pulled on something that isn't even a hit, or you get a penalty. Just a lot of things that you can avoid if you just think ahead. So that's a couple things that, one, will help you as well as your team. So what is it that I'm missing? Put it down in the comments down below. Thank you everyone for watching, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. As always, remember, watch, learn, win. Thanks.